Coming up in this video, we're visiting one of the charming stops at the Preston County Farm Crawl. From beautiful handmade quilts and local artwork to rare sheep, friendly farm dogs, homemade soap, fresh sourdough treats, and talented artisans sharing their skills, the Grazing Herd Mercantile offers a true down-on-the-farm experience. Come along as we explore this hidden gem near Albright, West Virginia. Love to get to see these hidden gems. One of the stops we made during the 2026 Preston County Farm Crawl was the Grazing Herd Mercantile, located on Sugar Valley Road near Albright, West Virginia, in the Valley Point community. We learned one thing right away. Our GPS brought us in the hard way. Later, we found out that there was a much easier route to the farm. So if you visit, you may want to check your directions before heading out. It's amazing how many things are in your own backyard, close by, that you can explore. Well, we knew we made it. We saw the sign at the end of the driveway, and GPS didn't tell us we made it there. And there were several cars in the yard parked. One of the first things we noticed outside the entrance was a popcorn machine with fresh bags of popcorn, ready for visitors to enjoy. It was such a thoughtful welcome. We'll definitely have to grab a bag of popcorn for our road trip to the next stop. Hey, would you look at that? There's a map and shows you all the different participating farms and businesses on it. The Grazing Herd Mercantile is home to rare breed Leicester Longwool sheep, Nankin bantam chickens, hope I said that right, and Great Pyrenees livestock guardian dogs. During the farm crawl, visitors have the unique opportunity to not only browse the mercantile, but also experience the farm itself. The Preston County Farm Crawl is such a wonderful event because it gives everyone the opportunity to visit local farms, meet the people behind the products, and discover handcrafted items you simply wouldn't find in a big box store. It's a relaxing way to spend a summer weekend while supporting local families, artisans, and agriculture. If you've never experienced the farm crawl, it's definitely worth adding to your calendar. Now that we've checked things outside, it's time to go check things on the inside. Come on, let's go. As soon as we stepped inside, we felt right at home. Well, we didn't see anybody in there, so we decided to go on up the stairs. We could hear people. Well, I could tell right away. I like this place. This place is pretty cool. Hanging on the wall were photos of sheep and lamb. They were beautiful. A handmade quilt also hung on the wall. We made our way to the upstairs. When we got to the second floor, there was something new around every corner. Quilting, pictures, paintings. I could tell right away this place is something special. The hallway was lined with beautiful handmade quilts. Several paintings look like they may have been created during a group class, featuring familiar farm scenes, including sheep, chickens, pigs, and even the classic green 4-H clover. As soon as we stepped inside, we felt right at home. There are tables and displays with wool and yarn, fresh eggs, informational brochures, an example of the products that began right here on the farm. We took a few minutes to enjoy the displays. One display that really caught our eye was the handcrafted nativity scene. Its simple beauty fit perfectly with the peaceful atmosphere throughout the mercantile. Looking down the stairway, more photographs and quilts lined the walls, and through the windows, we could see the farmhouse and the rolling property beyond. Everything in the room seemed thoughtfully arranged, creating a space where art, agriculture, and craftsmanship all come together under one roof. Good, and you? Good morning.
Well, I'm glad you found something. Yeah.
We watched beautiful alpaca yarn being woven into a shawl.
Where are you all from?
Kingwood.
Kingwood? Okay.
Yes. You wanted to come see? We see you on Facebook all the time. Wanted to come see all this stuff. Jill.
Jill!
Yes.
I'm sorry, trying to think of your name. This is the About Town reporter. She posted everything going on in Kingwood. Jill. All right. Well, I'm glad you finally made it out here.
Yes, it's beautiful out here. So you are weaving, what is this?
I am weaving 100% alpaca This will be a scarf, hopefully by the end of the day.
How long does it take you to went from start to finish?
I started yesterday about 10 o'clock. Didn't hit it real hard, but I'll be done by the end of the day.
And what's your name?
My name's Ramona.
Ramona. All right. And where are you from?
I am from next door.
Next door. Convenient.
I raise alpacas.
Nice. As we walked inside the big room, it was filled with artwork, handicrafted gifts, and local treasures. The atmosphere was warm, friendly, and inviting, making it easy to spend a long time just looking at everything. And are these all your items here?
Yes, those are my things.
And what are you making?
I am using wool to make needle felted mushrooms.
Oh, nice. And you've dyed the wool yourself?
Yes.
And what do you use? Like,
Just a commercial fiber dye.
okay. And the items on the top, are those your?
Everything in
Back
this
here?
wool, with the exception of her alpacas, and the yarn belongs to Sarah right here. So.
Sarah belongs to the yarn. All right.
And slap them. I like to put it in the pot. And like slap them. I would like slap them.
Did you do the knitted sheep?
I did.
Oh, yeah, I did that last year. The Christmas show. Scott kept the sheep out. My name's Boot.
So are you a neighbor too?
I live in Morgantown.
Morgantown, do you do a craft?
I have been a sheep shearer most of my adult life, and have sheep of my own, and like the roving's mine. I do some dyeing. My yarn was commercial spun, but then natural dyes.
That's
Marigold
nice.
and different.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are very, very crafty.
I'm not much of a knitter. Spinning, I do a little spinning. Maybe someday the life will slow down for me and I'll get back into this kind of stuff.
What are you making?
We are doing little Christmas ornaments so the kids can do. So it's a make and take. So these two boys, this is Waylon, and what is your name?
James.
James. And they are, this is their, we haven't finished it yet, but this is what they've got so far. So let's put the bow on them, and then you can show her what it looks like when you finished it. But I'm going to put the, I don't want you to touch the hot glue, okay? So let me put it on there. Let me get it on there for you. And then when I place it, then you can show me your finger with all that muscle. Okay, now take your finger and push right there. Push really hard right there.
Backwards.
Nope, it's not backwards. We're done. There you go. Now do you want to show,
My name is Jill.
her your finished project?
Wow, that is beautiful. Well done.
So it's all made from things that, you know, we grew up with, clothespins. Craft stores sell the greenery, the ribbon. Very easy to do. So we're doing a make and take for the kids.
And I like your helmet there, back there, sir. It looks nice. And what do you? And what? I didn't get your name. I did. Diane. Okay. And you live locally, or?
My house right next door, yes.
All right.
And I do the stuff in that corner.
All right. Now this area of crafts will put you in the mood for Christmas. Hey, and we're less than half a year away. Now this section reminds me of Christmas at the Barn stuff. And one of the women says she is one of the Christmas at the Barn women. In this section, there were so many beautiful handcrafted decorations. Everywhere I looked, there was another display that caught my attention. The Christmas trees were decorated from top to bottom with handmade ornaments, each one unique and carefully crafted. It really makes you stop and appreciate the amount of time, patience, and creativity that goes into making something by hand. As I walked through the displays, there were handcrafted wall hangings, seasonal decoration, framed artwork, and many pieces that would make wonderful gifts or become treasured family heirlooms. Nothing looked mass-produced. Every item had its own character, and you could tell it had been created by someone who truly enjoys their craft. The quality of workmanship was simply outstanding. I think it was 2 years ago when we did it. I don't know if they did it last year. Yeah.
I was telling your husband, I know your face from the other barn.
From the what?
The other barn.
Christmas party.
Oh, all right.
I've been a vendor out there since it was started.
Yeah, that's popular stuff you guys do here and there. So what is your name?
I'm Stevie, and I'm demonstrating hand quilting, and I make quilts. I have quilts hanging out in the hall, and needle will pop all over the place for you.
So you do the different little squares and then you put all the squares together?
Yes, this is a quilt I made probably 30 years ago, which is a very basic 9-patch pattern, and hand quilted this one.
So when all the pieces and the batting is in the middle, then do you
Yes,
still hand
there's-
quilt? Or do you send it and have like a machine do it?
Yeah, I quilt it myself on the long arm. Yes.
All right.
But this is how this one was done by hand.
And how long would this piece take you to
This
do?
quilt,
This,
piece,
yeah.
I just started this about at 10 o'clock, so I could have this done by the end of the day. A quilt like this would take a couple months. I mean, depends if you have how much time you have. You know, life gets in the way, so
Winter times are easier?
yeah, winter time is easier. Yeah, but this is a lost art. The hand quilting.
Very good. So Hills and Hollow Handmade. What's the name of who goes with this?
What's her name?
No, they were up early.
Okay, the sourdough person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because I didn't make it.
She what?
She's other commitments too.
Oh,
She's got
some food items.
She was doing demonstrations of jewelry yesterday.
Huh. I didn't know she did jewelry. That's neat.
Look at this.
You could easily spend an hour just looking through all the displays because every shelf seemed to have something new to discover. Around every corner was another handcrafted treasure, and every display reflected the pride these artisans take in their work. It gives you a real appreciation for the talent gathered under one roof. It's not often you find a place where so many gifted people come together to share their creativity. The Grazing Herd Mercantile isn't just a place to visit, it was a showcase of local craftsmanship, a celebration of handmade art, and a reminder that some of the most beautiful things are still created one piece at a time. It was wonderful to see how many traditional crafts still being practiced. In today's world, where so many things are made quickly in factories, it's refreshing to see artisans keeping these skills alive and sharing them with others, whether it's quilting, crocheting, woodworking, painting, or making holiday decorations, these traditions that have been passed from generation to generation. I get to meet one of the artisans who had just finished making a fresh batch of homemade soap. It was interesting to see the finished soaps and learn that they were made right here during the farm crawl. Moments like these make the experience special because you get to meet the people behind the crafts and see firsthand the time and care that goes into everything that they create. You made soap this, or did you say soap or candles? Soap? Soap making. So you've made soap this morning or yesterday?
Just made a batch. Right there's a batch there. And here's yesterday. Well, I had those earlier, but they're curing. I can bring stuff out and work on it.
Get right in there. And your different scents?
Yes. Everything that I do is all natural. It's all natural essential oils, natural colorants, and use goat's milk and tallow.
Oh. And do you have a name of your little business?
Moonlight soap. Because I usually, I'm retired now, but before when I was working, I did it after hours, so I was moonlighting. That's how I got its name.
So, and you use a blender to blend the soap?
Blend, yes. You heat up the oils and mix up your lyes. You let the lyes cool down to it's like a similar temperature. Then you blend it. You can add your colorants and your scents at that point.
Kim Royce?
Kim Royce does the pottery, and she will be here for our Christmas open house pottery. And she's local.
I like to say this was the first.
Good.
Wanted to make sure we got it. Thank you. And here's us, looking silly, trying to get a pose for a thumbnail. We had so much fun talking to everyone. I forgot to say an ending. We forgot to talk, we just stood there. The popcorn was really cool. It added such a nice touch to everything. Paul and I both grabbed a bag for our ride to the next farm crawl. That was fun. We hope you've enjoyed our visit to the Grazing Herd Mercantile and one of the many wonderful stops on the Preston County Farm Crawl. Events like this give us the chance to slow down, meet the talented local artisans, support family farms, and appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into every handmade item. If you're ever in Preston County during the farm crawl, we highly recommend adding this stop to your list. Thank you so much for traveling with us today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Jill Garbart Studio, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until next time, we'll see you down the road.